This, I'm going to call this like a scraper or an adze. But I will say it's probably from the Archaic period. Late Archaic, Middle Archaic, or Late Archaic. It's a different kind of tool from the others. Now, is that ancient artwork or a rock? I'm going to call it a possibility. Okay, that tide is well out. I should see if there's anything over there. But I don't want to hurry. I don't want to miss anything here. Ah, this brown silt on everything is so tricky. I know one thing, I'm certainly glad to have my rubber boots. What's this? Nope. I thought I might find some fossil, but nope. No luck in the fossil. I better stick over here because right there that mud might get a little deep. I don't want it pulling my boots off. Yeah, now I think my train of thought earlier on finding these tools, but this landscape, yes, I am finding these archaic tools, spirit points, and stuff, but the landscape would have been so different. The only reason I'm finding them is after the glacier melted, there was a watershed period, and almost all the earth, soils, minerals, etc., everything. This was basically what the great ice sheet hadn't scraped off. The watershed period washed off into what is now the Bay of Fundy. So that is the reason I'm finding all these tools. These tools were trapped in these crevices and crannies, held in by the seaweed. So the climate and environment were totally different. There would have been, I'm not even sure what it would look like. I know that at 8,000 BC or BP, it warmed up enough for cone-bearing trees. At 6,000 BP, it warmed up enough for deciduous trees, like maples, birches, oaks, things along that sort of line. So yeah, there would have been, instead of, at 10,000 BP, during the days of the Folsom people, this would have been tundra, and then it warmed up and it became boggy with cone-bearing trees here and there, stunted ones. And then after that, it warmed up even more, and there was more rainfall. The rivers started creating their courses, creating the little canyons and little valleys, and the other trees sprouted up, the deciduous trees. Wow, it's really complicated, I know. Okay, well, I better stop talking and actually start looking. Well, this here is an artifact, but it's the remains of a, what do you call it, something that would go on a modern ship. Wait, let me check, double check. No, it was one of those things. Okay, before the tide comes in, I have to get over here so that I can see if there's anything in those crevices. I was already through the area I'm walking in now. Oh my God, talk about treacherous walking here. It's hard to walk on these things, especially with the seaweed on them. You're slip sliding with every step. Oh, excuse me. Oh, where did that sneeze come from? I don't know. It's strange. There's a sudden lack of well, I'm looking at all this stuff and it's like, it's almost impossible to tell if something is a point or break off from the natural surroundings. Okay, I remember this rope, little piece of rope here. Looks like something from an old seining net or whatever. Now what I'm looking for here is actually any rock like this. I know this was trapped in here and it's not going anywhere. No. A great big knot so far. Okay. Nothing. Well, well, well. Oh, well, that helped a great deal. There's a great big nothing. Okay. Well, no. I don't get it. Very little debris trapped in here. Everything out here is routinely beat up against the rocks, so wow. I might as well go back to the other seaweed beds. Well, let's see what happens. I thought it was going to sink down far, but thankfully I didn't. Now, if there's anything going to be trapped, it's going to be in here. Artifacts. If there's any artifacts or debris, it's going to be here. It's a big lobster claw. Not lobster claw, crab. What's so different about this rock? Is it the way it broke? I think it's just the way it broke. So I'm looking for fossil material, early archaic, late archaic, anything that might have been used within the last 12,000 years, 13,000 years, 10,000 years. Now some people say that Deborah Folsom people were here 10,500 years ago. Other sites report them being here 11,000 years ago. So it's a toss-up of what you want to actually believe. But they were definitely here. I've already got some of their household tools and their spare points on video record. I don't know. Yeah, all I can say, it must be pretty wild out here if there's so little archaeological evidence out here. Very little. Now I'm hoping periwinkles there, that's it. I don't know. What is this? That's not an accident. That is the beginning of an early archaic point.